welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome to my channel. It's been so long since I was here. The last time I was here, I was talking about all about ACCA and passing ACCA and all the serious stuff. You guys saw me in a very geeky mode, telling people, you know, talk about how to prepare for exams. Oh no, today it's all rest, it's all play. Thank you for hitting this video up and seeing my pretty face today. Anyway, so what has been happening? First of all, it's 2 years in Canada. Yeah, I'm no longer a newbie. I have Canadian experience now. So yeah, guys, it's been a long journey here. 2 years ago, I came here with my family, and today I want to talk all about it. First of all, I'm gonna, you know, share this experience not alone. I'll be here with my husband. If you are not subscribed, but you guys will know I've never shown my husband on this channel. Today is the first time I'm going to show you guys his pretty face, and you guys are gonna hear from his own mouth what he thinks about our journey so far to Canada. Yeah. So without much ado, let's get right into the video. All Things Betsy is the name of the channel. Can you guys see? All Things Betsy. Yeah, shout out to my friend, my very dear friend Yemi, who got me this mug. So lovely. This is so thoughtful. Thank you. This means we're global, guys. That's what it just means. Like, it's stamped, it's you know, it's engraved. We're here to stay. So yeah, even if you don't get to see me from time to time, please know that you guys are always in my heart, and of course I always have loads of gist for you guys. Okay, so now let's introduce our special guest for today, my husband.
Hello guys, my name is Dunstan. I am Betsy's husband. I am privileged to be, and I am glad to be on this channel.
Thank you for having me. Uncle. The one that's making me laugh. Yeah, guys, we didn't plan this, so you know, people will not believe now. That's the problem. I wore this clothes today, but I didn't tell him to wear it. Why are you wearing it?
I can go take it off anyway, but it's so
goodness.
fun.
Oh my goodness, welcome to my channel, Dunstan.
Thank you, Betsy.
Oh, anyway, Dunstan has always been behind the scenes on this channel, though, guys, so don't get it twisted. It's just that this is his first time, you know, in front of the camera. And today, totally not scripted, we just want to share, first and foremost, our experience as immigrants in Canada. High level, of course, not like the entire journey of how we came here. If not, we wouldn't be done in one video. Yeah, but basically it's just like saying, okay, so yeah, we're 2 years here. What has it been like? What are our most fun, you know, memories of, you know, coming here? In fact, first of all, why did we even come? What do we love the most about being here? And what are the things that if you just remember, you're like, give me back my Nigeria. Yeah, so those are like, that's like basically what I want us to talk about. And while I was away, yeah, we clocked 4 years in this marriage. Congrats.
Yeah, thank you.
I've not divorced you. And you're still dealing with my madness. Yeah, 4 years. Yeah,
that has been helping.
Yeah, 4 years no worker. So that's
it's not been all fun, but it's been good so far. Learned a lot throughout the years. So we're growing day by day. Marriage is not a sprint, it's a marathon. It doesn't end. You keep being married until both of you or either of you dies, right?
That's one motivation now speak.
Anyways, it's been all fun. It's been good so far. Yeah, I'm glad to be here. I'm glad to be married.
You have a choice.
And if you're not married, well,
we pray that God get married. You didn't even say we pray that God will find you a partner that you will love and cherish, right? That's like the way to put it now. Really, you can't instruct them to get married.
Go get married. Go get married. Marriage is fun. You get a helper. Comes with a whole package, right?
Yeah, for sure. I think so too. Okay, guys. So yeah. So enough of the mushy talk. So first question. Why did we come to Canada? Why did you come to Canada? Because we might not have the same reason, right? Why did you come to Canada?
Okay, so my Canadian dream started far back in 2011, 2012. Prior to that time, I wasn't married to her. We hadn't even met, but I had a friend, and then we were working together back in Nigeria. We had looked at how Nigeria was growing and the future of Nigeria. I thought to myself that if I continue to remain in the country, a lot of things will not happen the way I want them to happen.
Yeah.
So basically, my coming to Canada was to get a better life for myself and my family, especially for my child, knowing that I am going to put him on a global scale.
Yeah, but at the time you didn't have a child though.
Yes, but
right?
of course I didn't have a child at that time, but I had to think ahead, right? I had to think of the future, or my children would be on a global scale. Secondly, the healthcare system in Nigeria is not very fantastic, although that of Canada isn't either. It is fantastic, but
hey God, Canada, got your sub.
The wait list is funny.
Yeah, here, right?
And very terrible.
We'll get to that.
Okay, but notwithstanding, if there is an emergency for medical reasons, you get the best. Absolutely, you get the best.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
That was the second reason. Then the third and final reason was
so that I can still talk.
For personal economy.
Okay, yeah.
So I wanted to better my life. I wanted my own economy to be better, and I wanted to have an opportunity to get resources where I can now be able to support people that are back home, help myself, and help family.
Yeah, FX.
Yes, so basically these were my 3 core reasons of coming. Of course, along the line other reasons cropped up, but 3 topmost: children, health, personal economy.
I told you people, Dunstan is very structured. You see the way you answer this thing like exam. So if they are marking it, you see the points to put to allocate marks.
Right.
Me, I'm more all over the place. So yeah, so what's my own reason? Just like he narrated, actually, he was the one who mentioned it to me when we first met. We met sometime in 2013, and then in 2014, I was still in school actually, but just about to graduate at the time. And then he was like, "Oh yeah, babe, I want." First of all, he even said he wants to go alone. That he wanted to go alone to Canada, and more like, you know, this guy, I will go first. I will now bring you. You know me. You know that my longest.
She threatened me.
My longest relationship.
So like, you go to Canada, forget about me.
I told him, oh, my longest distance relationship is parlor and bedroom. Like, that's the farthest. He even knows. Because me, I'm always having something to tell you and what I want you to help me to bring. So I just knew that it would not work, you know, kind of being in that kind of dynamic, you know, being your husband abroad, you here. It wasn't feasible, and then we had just met, so really it seemed like a pipe dream at that time, if I wanted to be honest. So yeah, so that's what I felt. So when he told me that he wanted to leave, I was like, guy, if you are going, just forget about this girl here, because first of all, I was even about to graduate. I've never even done anything with my life back home, really. So I was like, nah, I am following you, and you have to give me some time to settle my own self. Yeah, you guys know I'm very ambitious, so that's part of the reason. So yeah, so it took a while for me to even agree to come. And then why did I now decide, okay, yo, it's time to leave, right? First of all, the summary of everything is that Buhari won. There's no way. That was just like the, oh my gosh, like how did we as a country of 140 million or so people, plus people, you know, is it 210 now? I don't know, that 140 million has been in my head. So yeah, so 210 million people, graduates, elites, you know, smart ass, first class, second, you know, people, just think of everybody in that country and all the smart people. This is who we chose to lead us. Like, maybe Buhari won. Trust me, guys, I had campaigned for good luck. I knew it was the lesser evil at the time. So mainly Buhari won. I was like, oh gosh, man, I'm leaving. So yeah, sometime in 2015, it was like on my mind that, okay, you're going to leave this country. I just couldn't fathom it. That's the truth. This is not an insult to the man who he's very whatever in his own right, but I just knew at the time that it just meant like, nah, we can't be doing this. I felt there were better, you know, prospects for us as a country at the time. So yeah, so that was it for me. Every other reason I have is linked to Buhari winning. Because truly for me it was growth. For me it was like, where is this country going to be in another how many years? I just felt we should be having like younger leaders. So I just felt like, for us to be going like this is what we are going to be seeing from now on, ancestors leading us, you know, if you guys catch your shit. So that's basically what I'm saying. So yeah, so that was it for me. Oh, trust me, every other fantastic thing he said, of course, healthcare, this one, that one, but for me it's all linked to your leadership. So mainly Nigeria chose Buhari. I said he go B. So that was it, guys. So yeah, so now what do you remember from our journey to Canada? I know it was a long trip, right?
Okay,
yeah, so but like just anything interesting. I have one memorable event I want to talk about. Yeah.
First of all, it rained on that day when we were supposed to come. rained. We got family and friends who took us to the airport. It was all mushy and emotional. My family was in Lagos. We had to move from Abuja, so I didn't have the pleasure of them following me to the airport, but I still had my family ride.
My family is his family. That's what he's trying to say.
Yes, of course. So, but the entire trip was quite long, and this was the second time of embarking on a 24-hour trip. It was very tiring. It was very exhausting.
It's far.
And
God,
imagine traveling
Nigeria
alone and then having to cater for a toddler or a baby, basically.
We'll get to that,
3 months. So the journey was long. It was as though we're not getting to Canada. And then the most pleasing part of the journey was the welcome to Canada we got when we landed.
No, some one of those people that thing washes. No, the same though. You know, every time people are giving their landing Jesus.
I almost cried, but I did not.
Oh, now I come to Canada. Maybe I didn't even hear when they even said it. See, my own experience coming to Canada. You see, his own is just sweet. Anyway, I won't blame him, Sha. He was, of course, very involved in our coming, carrying load and everything. But for me, I was with a baby. I had a 3-month-old baby, guys. Like, I had Omokekere coming to Canada. So my journey coming to Canada was not a pleasant one. I don't even remember the welcome to Canada because it was stressful. Very, very stressful, guys. Let me tell you guys one important gist. I've been waiting to say this gist. I know some people from my WhatsApp are going to comment because I started the story there. I told them I was going to complete it here. Oh my gosh, guys. So coming to Canada, first of all, if you guys are familiar with the entire, I said this thing is high level. This is our gist we are doing here. So yeah, so if you're familiar with coming to Canada and relocating and doing your express entry stuff, you would know that you have to come with some money, basically money from your currency converted somehow, because you're gonna bring it here and then use it to survive. So it's called proof of funds, right? So what had happened was, of course we had saved over time from our income back home, right? And then when it was time to come, we had two options really. One was to leave it back in Nigeria and then come here and start translating or converting the money over time till you translate all of the naira to Canadian dollars, or basically just convert your stuff to USD and just show up in Canada with all your money and of course start living your life. So I don't know what the reason was, but this my husband, in all his wisdom, determined that for some reason it was better to just declare it on the papers or whatever it is and just come with all your money at once, right? And even me, the way I left Nigeria, I left like I'm going. I didn't want to have any issues with GT Bank is refusing to clear my money or something is happening. So I just was like, okay, let's carry our money and go. Okay, so we converted it to USD and then we split it into two. You guys, you look at both of us, you can tell that we are very risk calculating people. God, so I don't know.
Where your treasure is, there your heart lies.
I know, right? So yeah, this man is a pastor. That's why I didn't tell you. So yeah, drop one quote. Preacher, don't drop quotes. Anyway, so yeah, so we split the money, right? And then we decided to share it into two. I think for us it was just a way of hedging our risk. Like you're traveling. Truth is, they can rob either of us, they can boggle either of us bags and all of that. So the idea was just, okay, hold the money in two so that if something happens to one person's own, at least we would have half a chance or half a good chance to survive. So yeah, so that was what we did. I don't know how much was this money. Let's give or take, I don't know, 20k USD or something, and then we split it at the time, and then he had half of it, I had half of it. Now I told you guys I was traveling with a baby, right? So it was so stressful. So I had my money tucked somewhere in my shorts, and then all of the leggings, how they'll tell you, dress up, layer up, you're coming to Canada. So we had a lot of clothing upon clothing, that's how we came. So yeah, so he also had his also tucked in somehow, with him, right? But the truth is, I was traveling with a baby, Ozzy, and then throughout the journey I got tired. I won't lie to you guys. Like, it was so stressful. Each time I had to go change him in the bathroom, breastfeed. So I don't know, the money that was on me was even more, it was putting me under more tension. So I decided to put it in my nanny bag. Like, how you have a baby bag, mothers and fathers I guess would relate better. A diaper bag. Yeah, so I had it in my diaper bag. Of course, that's a bag I always have with me. Like, basically you carry it every time you have your baby in your hand. So I didn't ever think that I would lose that bag. But then we had a layover. Like, was that layover when we even arrived Canada? I think that was when we had gotten to Toronto, right?
Yes, when we got to Toronto.
Yeah, we had YYZ, and I don't know what we were doing, but I know we were required to take our bags somewhere for like some immigration check or something.
So,
yeah.
So our bags had come out of the carousel.
Yeah.
So we had picked them up, but we needed to move the bags to some immigration check and then board our connecting flight to Calgary.
Okay.
So what happened really was that we now got a trolley and put those bags on the trolley. Now the bags were quite a lot.
Of course.
I think about 13 bags or so.
For a family of 3, right?
For a family of 3, right?
So Dunstan and the man, there was a man that helped kind of, I think. So they had, put in all the bags from, the whatever, what they call that stuff. I can't remember.
The carousel.
The carousel, right? Yeah, so they had transferred all of it. I don't know, for some reason they just missed that small dapper bag that was the one that I had put half of the money.
I didn't miss it.
No, but
it wasn't my responsibility.
No, for real, because okay, so were the other bags your responsibility? It was all our bags. We were moving all our bags, so they were all together, funnily. But for some reason, I think they had carried all of it, and then they just left the small, diaper bag there. And we had left, when I mean we have moved away from this place, we're already on the borderline of those guys that check all of your stuff and your fees and everything.
So to add to what she said, so we had declared the money we had. Usually if you're coming to Canada with over 10,000 Canadian dollars, you're expected to declare what you have. So we had declared on the paper that we had this amount of money. So they needed to check.
Yeah.
So that was why we were directed to the border services.
Exactly.
And they wanted to check verify that we had that money and ask some questions. Where did you get this money? And plans, right? Yeah. So that was where we were when we remembered that,
the bag was not complete. And then it just hit me like, wait, where is the bag? God, where is your life savings? Basically, because that's what it meant, right? You share everything you have, because literally that's how we operate as a couple. All our money at that time were in one place. So we had literally split our life savings into 2. So it was like, just Betsy, where is the treasure that I left in your heart? That's how it felt. And I was just like stunned for a moment, like, where is the money? And then it just hit me that, oh my gosh, we have to retrace. We had been at this place for over an hour plus, like we had been waiting on the line. It was almost our turn. So I was like, oh gosh, like what's gonna happen? I either get there and I don't even see this bag at all, which is like basically I'll just start crying from there. But anyway, so we got back there, and luckily for us, I think it was actually where we left it. Where he fell off or whatever from the the trolley, but it was just where it was. And what I also noticed was, that bag, when I picked it up, I checked. Somebody had actually opened that bag. The bag was not left untouched. I could tell that some effort had been made. Maybe, I don't know, the person likely just opened it or something and just saw it was baby. Because of course when you open it, the first thing you see is like feeding bottles and all of the baby whatever stuff, like pampers and all, diaper actually and all. So at that time I was like, oh gosh, like, but I hid it somewhere. So I just like, let me check where is my money. I used it there, and then I touched it, and then I felt the money. You guys, I think that's like the first miracle that God did for me in this God. See, I can never forget it, because see, this money we're talking about, as at the time we came, yes, whatever, dollars must have been exchanging, far lower then. But no matter how you look at it, it's nothing less than like, I don't know, 3 million naira at that time. So it was a lot of money. It's not something you will call over and say you lost that. See, I don't know, Sha, you can't lose that kind of money. You just don't want to lose that kind of money. You will cry. You will cry blood. Like Nigerians will say, you will cry blood. Oh my, your enemies have got you. So that day, it was like the biggest relief for me that I found that bag intact. I mean, it was a huge testimony. Yeah.
Another interesting memory I have of the trip was when we came out of the airport. So basically when we were in YYZ, we didn't leave the airport.
For sure.
But when we got to YYC, that's the airport in Calgary,
in Alberta,
we had to come out of the airport. Although we had bought some Abba-made jackets. But immediately, so we had some friends who were coming over to pick us to the Airbnb we had rented. So immediately I came out of the airport to check if they had come. The cold that hit me made me like, oh my goodness.
And Alberta, the cold in Alberta is not even your life. As in, now that we live in Ontario.
At about this, at about this same time last 2 years ago, sometime October 25th, thereabout. So the cold was, I had to run back in and rearrange myself before I now came back
before
to
you
check.
went back to check.
Right, the
Oh
code
my
was
gosh.
unexpected.
Yeah. So yeah, that's of course the code is something that would definitely hit you. We're Nigerians, so of course we come from a more temperate part of the world. It's mostly heat than, you know, less of cold, right? But yeah, coming here and then you experience like cold, freezing, you know, your teeth is shaking, your hands are, you know, basically numb from the cold. So yeah, so that's another, of course, that one is something remarkable about being in Canada. But then what else would you say, you know, you really like about the country so far? Like, at least, let's say, I don't know, 2 things you like, 2 things you don't like.
Okay.
Yeah,
so one of the things that I like about the country is the atmosphere is pure and clean. Many times people take pictures and videos. You can say, no, this video or this picture was not taken in Nigeria.
No matter the camera.
No matter the camera, the atmosphere is clean.
Yeah.
Very clean. You breathe in clean air.
Interesting
And there are a
thing.
lot of trees to help with
Balancing.
carbon dioxide and oxygen, all those kind of exchanges, right? So
Photosynthesis.
right, but it's not really photosynthesis.
Forget.
I've forgotten
It's
what
global
it is.
warming. Anything.
But yes, so the atmosphere is very clean. The air is nice and cool. That's number 1. Number 2 is the roads could be very busy, especially if you're staying in a place like Toronto, downtown Toronto. It can be very busy.
Very
But I've driven the 401, which is like the major express in Toronto.
in Ontario, right?
In Ontario, right. The way people drive is coordinated, unlike back in Nigeria. If you have driven in Nigeria or you have driven in Abuja, you would definitely know that driving is smartness. You got this street smart. No. No such thing.
Exactly. This is
Also,
sanity.
people do not use their horns.
Yeah.
You hardly hear horns.
Yeah, because everyone.
Unlike in Nigeria, you want to greet someone, hey, bros, have a pumper. No, those things are not done. So, yeah, those are the little things that I can just remember. Little things that makes a difference, right?
Oh, yeah. Okay, but me, my own best part of being in Canada has been more of the big things, really. I like the things he has mentioned. Of course, we both share the same sentiments, but for me, of course, I remember more of what the true reasons, you know, that makes it a better place for people to live. And one would be the government benefits. I cannot talk about, you know, the best parts of being in Canada without talking about benefits that the government provides, right? So for instance, we have a child. We came in with a child. From the moment we came in and did all our documentation, they started to pay my child child benefits. You know, I think it was initially about $500, you know, about $500 every month. So that already helps, you know, with caring for that child. Although we'll come to the negative part of all of this, but definitely just on the positive side, the government providing those kind of benefits. Or sometimes, you know, when COVID struck and everything, people were out of jobs, government also, you know, assisted with some kind of, you know, employment insurance payment or something just to help people cushion the effect of COVID. That's something that, that I know that it didn't happen in Nigeria, but they ate the palliative they were supposed to give people. So yeah, so that's like a huge contrast. Like where I'm from, it's more of people taking from you than giving to you. Yes. So that's something I would forever uphold, you know, as a plus, you know, of being in Canada. Then secondly, I would also like to talk about Canada from a point of opportunities, right? I feel like there are a lot of opportunities in Canada. I know people might have varied, you know, views about this, but from the perspective that I've enjoyed since I came here, I just feel like there are actually opportunities for you to make yourself a better person, better by certifications, by going back to school, but there's just a lot of opportunities. The country itself doesn't make you, you know, feel you know, limited in things that you are able to do. So just being an immigrant and coming in here, you have a better chance than even surviving in your own country, if I want to use that word, right? So that's just something I would say. 2 things. So now, what is the one thing that you would just be like, X? If if you were to cancel Canada and say, nah, I'm not doing this, what's like the one annoying thing that whenever you think of it, it annoys you the most?
I would really like you to go first.
Okay, oh my gosh, man, you guys, anybody that knows me knows that I cannot talk about Canada problem without talking about the cost of living in Canada in terms of rent. rent especially. You know, I talked about government providing benefits. This is where the system collects it back. I wouldn't say government because of course it's a private business, right? Renting, right? So yeah, so accommodation is very expensive here. No matter where you're living, it's going to be a huge chunk of your salary, right? Your take home. So your take home might be 3K, 1,200 or 1,500 inside is rent. Like, that's what I mean. So like basically half of what you earn that month, not for the year. Oh, you know, me back home I used to yearly rent. No, I'm talking month. So like your salary, for half of your salary in a month could just literally be for your rent. That's like something I can never get over. I don't know why, you know, living cost is so high in Canada, especially rent. That's huge, and that's something I would, you know, always fault Canada for. I hope something is, you know, is done at some point to help regulate that entire sector. And secondly, cost of childcare, guys. So it's the same thing. Government will give you the money in terms of subsidies, but all these daycares that you keep your children at until they turn 4, you know, yeah, we'll take it back. So yeah, cost of childcare, like in terms of daycare and all of that, super expensive. You're talking upwards of like 1K if you're living in like an Ontario. So yeah, so that's high, right? It's basically like a you rob Peter, pay Paul. But I hope when my child grows up to like 4 years old and now it starts to enjoy free education, that would now really mean something, right? When you compare it to back home where you don't have that luxury. So I've helped you to start. If you remember one thing, so that we can wrap this up.
I do remember.
Okay.
Labor is very expensive in Canada. You might want to do a little work. Let's say you want to do house or home renovation, or you want to fix your car. The amount you use to buy the parts or the items that you use would be like 20% of the entire amount you're going to spend. 80% will go for labor costs. Labor is extremely basically expensive. That's really huge, because really back home in Nigeria, for instance, if you want to build a house, you factor in labor costs, but if you even want to be honest, you might realize that materials will be largely the bulk of what you're spending, right? So you buy your block, you buy your cement, those are the things you'll be remembering as high cost, because really the masons, how much do you pay them? It's more or less cheap labor, right? Although that doesn't mean that it's a good thing, but basically we exploit people for labor back home. But now here people get what they deserve. Like they will charge you like they were a doctor. It doesn't matter whether they are bricklayers or whatever. They're gonna collect their full pay, their full chest. So your plumber can come to your house and just do 1 or 2 things, and he's charging you like $200 for his visit to your place for a 15-minute visit, right? So that's huge, right? When compared to how much you won't earn for a whole day of work at where you work. So yeah, so there's no segregation, skilled or unskilled. Everybody earns their due wage. So yeah, so that's something that would be a huge shock to someone who's not used to all of that. Yeah, so guys, not to make this a long video, I think we've tried to basically share a bit of our experience coming to Canada and what it's been like. The most interesting part, what we remember from our journey here. But I guess one question I would just ask before we leave: if you were to make this choice again, knowing what you know now about coming to Canada, you know, are you angry that you're here? Do you want to go back? I don't know, this is so funny to ask, but yeah, the people go back. So yeah, do you think you're like, oh no, I've seen enough, yeah, I agree, it's time to leave, or oh yeah, let's go on? What do you think? Right, so yeah, I'll make the choice again. Probably make it earlier, considering that I came when I'm a little bit. But if I have the opportunity again, I would like to come in earlier. And
younger, you mean, right?
Younger, yes, younger than the age I came in.
He's not that old though. The way he's saying it now, you think he's one.
Secondly, I would also like to do a lot of certifications, a lot of programs that would make me, or that can get you more what's the word,
maximizing your opportunities.
Opportunities. So if you're still back in Nigeria and you want to come to Canada, I would advise that you just learn a lot. Things that you enjoy, things that you want to do. If you want to, you can learn to be a plumber, you're going to make a lot of money. You can learn to be a carpenter, you're going to make a lot of money. So
learn
just learn skill trades, certifications, so programs that would give you the edge when you get here. So that's one thing I would like to change. But with respect to coming back, of course, I would like to come back.
Okay. Yeah, so yeah, I think same for me. I kind of think the time I came was really, it worked out for me kind of good. The time I came, the experience I had at the time I came as well really worked out for me. We're going to talk, of course, delve into more about our Canadian experiences. This is, like I said, an intro video into our lives in Canada. But yeah, I would agree with him, really. Just get as much as you can, you know, in your brain before you come here, because once you come here, you're already in it. Like, it's showtime already, right? So yeah, so that's like the pros and cons of our experiences in Canada. I would do it all over again if I had a choice. Yeah, I'll probably not. I guess one thing I would probably not do is to come here with a baby. I would, that's what I would, if I were to do again, I would not do. Coming here with that, you know, that small baby age, it's a lot, guys. It's a lot. I would either come here as a single and hustle for a while before I even think of having children, or even if I came here married, I would wait a bit, settle in well before I bring in children into the dynamic, or I would wait until my children are like above 4 years old, daycare, before I bring them to Canada so that they can start free education. So yeah, so that's like the part that I know that, oh gosh, if I could change, I would totally change. But yeah, but it's no biggie. It's still a beautiful experience and we've enjoyed it. And yeah, so that's what it's been for us. Yeah, happy anniversary to you, D.
Happy anniversary, D.
Yeah, guys. So yeah, we're not going to talk about our marriage today. We just occurred to me that exactly 4 years and 2 years in Canada. So I wanted to just say happy anniversary. See you guys. Bye.
Bye-bye.